This Christmas was unusual for all members of the royal family. The death of Queen Elizabeth II gave the holiday a note of sadness, but the biggest victory for the British crown was the unification of all members of the monarchy, and even those who, by and large, have nothing to do with it. So, Princess Beatrice appeared on a festive walk at Sandringham Manor, not only with her husband Edoardo Mapelli Maci, but also with her stepson Christopher, whom she affectionately calls Wolfie. This year, Christopher has already been to various kinds of royal celebrations twice. The first event was the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and the second was Christmas and the festive service at St. Mary Magdalene Church. It's worth noting that the Duchess of York said more than once how touching Wolfie was, and the princess also called him the best big brother to her daughter Sienna. But the most poignant moment of this royal Christmas was when Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie addressed their late grandmother, King Elizabeth II. Our dear baby, we cannot describe all the feelings we experienced when you left us. We went through tears, laughter, silence, hugs and loneliness. We, like many, thought you would be here forever. We all miss you terribly. You are our queen, our guide, the person who loved us so much. And we will always remember the lessons you gave us. In the meantime, dear Grandma, we want to say thank you for what you have done for us. You are our comfort and joy. Farewell, dear Grandma, it has been a great honor to be your granddaughters. We know that dear Uncle Charles will be a wonderful king and set an example for us to follow, for he too has dedicated his life to service. God bless the king, the princesses wrote in their address. Prince William and Kate Middleton joined George, Charlotte and Louis in Sandringham to celebrate Christmas. The United Kingdom was immersed in the atmosphere of Christmas celebrations, but it was the royal family who passed the baton to the nation, attending a solemn service at St. Mary Magdalene Church on Sunday. All eyes are once again on Charles III and his consort, Queen Consort Camilla Parker Bowles, who today welcomed all the royal family to Sandringham Palace, but Prince William and Keith Middleton together with their children, Princes George and Louis and Princess Charlotte. For the Welsh family, this is their first Christmas in their new status, and moreover, for Prince Louis, it is also his debut appearance in public. While attending a holiday service. For the festive Christmas walk, Kate Middleton chose a fitted pine-colored coat dress and hat to match, while Princess Charlotte appeared before the public in a burgundy outfit. And the male half of the family, especially Princes William and George, gave preference to dark blue classic suits with white shirts and coats. After the Christmas Eve service, the royal family gathered at Sandringham Palace for a dinner, with roast turkey and fruit pudding as main courses, and a traditional gift exchange. Do not forget about the main moment of the holiday. At 1500 hours local time, all the British sat down in front of their TV screens to watch a solemn address of King Charles III to the nation. According to tradition, at Christmas, the members of the royal family all go together to church in Sandringham. But devoted admirers have noticed the absence of one very important person. When it comes to official visits and duties, Princess Anne may be one of the most ubiquitous members of the royal family. She's already been to 214 meetings this year, but the king's sister was nowhere to be seen Sunday morning. Princess Anna, 72, did not join her children and the rest of the family at the annual holiday service, because she recently suffered from a cold. The hardest working member of the crown was also unable to present at Kate Middleton's service at Westminster Abbey, which was broadcast last night, though it was reportedly due to a scheduling mismatch rather than illness. The princess attended the London International Horse Show on December 15. At the Sandringham service, King and Queen Consort Camilla was joined by the Prince and Princess of Wales and their children, George, Charlotte and Louis. Also at the annual Christmas service, Zara and Mike Tyndall, Edward and Sophie of Wessex with Lady Louise and James, and Princess Beatrice, her husband Edoardo Mapelli Mosey and his son appeared before worshippers. The disgraced Prince Andrew surprised the public by appearing there, too, despite reports that King Charles III had kicked him out of Buckingham Palace. Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his titles after a scandal sparked by his relationship with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, was spotted with his youngest daughter Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank. King Carl III is setting a new tone in traditional Christmas greetings. On December 25, the monarch gave his first holiday address to the British, which was broadcast around the world. This year His Majesty's speech was different to what we all know, because it had a note of sadness. Charles III spoke about the feelings of the family and himself after the death of Elizabeth II. However, experts in the public noted other points that distinguished Her Majesty's traditional address of Charles III. The setting, style and content of the speech. It is worth noting that the King's address was recorded in the Chapel of St. George, which is located on the grounds of Windsor Castle. That is where the mother and father of the monarch Elizabeth II and Prince Philip are buried. I am standing in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle, a place that is so close to my beloved mother, the late Queen, and the dear father who rests beside her. I am reminded of the touching letters, cards and messages that many of you sent to me and my wife, to express your love and support on the passing of Elizabeth II. You have shown great sympathy for our entire family, Charles III said in his address. Interestingly, Elizabeth II usually recorded her congratulatory speech at the main royal residence, Buckingham Palace, sitting at a table that is littered with pictures of the monarch family. But Charles III decided to refuse portraits with relatives, so as not to offend the members of the crown with this gesture, and leave someone aside without putting a picture in the frame. Also, experts noted that during his address, the king radiated more emotion than Elizabeth II. He usually gave a speech with military severity. Charles III decided to open up to the public and show his feelings. When he spoke about his mother, his eyebrows were frowned and his face seemed asymmetrical, creating a contrast and showing worry and a willingness to move forward, explained body language and gesture expert Judy James. King also remembered to thank the workers of churches, temples, mosques, synagogues and gurdwaras for their hard work, reaffirming his vow to support different religions. Although Christmas is a Christian holiday in which the power of light overcomes darkness, I want to congratulate everyone, regardless of faith or religious beliefs. So, whatever your faith, move forward with life-giving light and in true humility. I believe that we can find hope for a brighter future, so let's celebrate this holiday together, the king concluded his address. The life of the royal family is always scheduled years in advance, and while the whole world is getting ready to celebrate the new year, Carl III has already set a date for his coronation. The ceremony will take place on May 6, 2023, and it wouldn't be a problem if the king's celebration didn't coincide with the birthday of his grandson, the son of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Archie. It is known that for the coronation of Charles III and his wife, Queen Consort Camilla Parker Bowles, statesmen, world leaders as well as famous people and stars of music, art, movies and literature are invited. How would the monarch act in such a situation? Life of the royal family is always scheduled for years in advance, and while the whole world is preparing for the new year, Carl III has already appointed the date of his coronation. The celebrations will take place on May 6, 2023, and it wouldn't be so bad if the king's celebration didn't coincide with the birthday of his grandson, the son of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Archie. It is known that for the coronation of Charles III and his wife, Queen Consort Camilla Parker Bowles, statesmen, world leaders, as well as famous people and stars of music, art, cinema and literature are invited. The date of the coronation was chosen in a meeting with the British government, the King, the Royal Court and the Anglican Church, which means that Charles III was well aware that the event coincides with the birthday of his grandson. Does the monarch want to erase forever the memories of the Dukes of Sussex and their heirs? In an interview with Oprah Winfrey, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle talk about the fact that then Prince Charles refuses to communicate with them and does not answer the phone. Also, experts in the public are still discussing the issue of Archie's alleged title, because the Dukes of Sussex were counting on their son becoming a prince, and Charles III's new status allows him to reward his grandson with a special privilege. But this never happened, and on top of that, His Majesty sort of ignores Archie's private holiday by scheduling the coronation on the baby's birthday. With this gesture, the king shows that outrages, accusations and claims from the Sussexes will not disturb the rhythm and traditions of the British monarchy.